Hey, what's going on? This is Charles with Chadwick Experiences. I just want people to know that experience is priceless. And today I have a guest that I'm interviewing. He's in the music industry. He makes beats. He's done some successful collaboration work with other well-known movies, artists. And I'm gonna just go ahead and let him get it started. I know him as Lonestarr Beats. A lot of the videos I use, he customized make beats for me. And I just want to welcome Lonestarr Beats to the Chadwick Experiences podcast.
Yes, indeed, man. Thank you for having me, brother Charles.
No problem, man. I really appreciate you, and I just want to get right to it. Today's discussion is like monetize, how could a person monetize in the music sector? So I got a couple questions that I want to ask you. I know time is money and I don't like wasting people's time. So sure. That being said, where are you from and what is your background?
I'm from Dallas, Texas, man. Born and raised, bro. And my background, man, it was pretty cool upbringing, bro. Just a normal guy, man, from around the way, bro, that just so happened to stumble upon a gift in music.
And I love what you said, gift, man, because a lot of people have like talent or they can learn a skill set, but a gift means, in my opinion, that it was just given to you. You got to work it, but maybe it just comes naturally or organic to you. Is that how you feel with the gift of music, making these beats, what you've learned?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Before I even picked up an instrument, bro, I spent numerous amount of hours as a kid, bro, really just listening. You know what I mean? And it just so happened to come natural whenever I gave it a shot. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed, man. I'm extremely blessed and thankful for that.
Nice. My next question that I have to ask you is childhood. What was your childhood like? Was it typical childhood experience growing up in a city? Although, me, myself, I grew up in the country, so in North Carolina, so I was always imagining with my mind something more than a cornfield. But were you creative? Did you care for like math, science, or was you always strictly into music and just creating things?
Man, I definitely was a creative child, bro. But for the most part, life was pretty normal, man. You know what I mean? Going to school, kicking it with my family, kicking it with friends, you know what I mean? It was pretty typical childhood, bro. Growing up in the inner city. I got to spend some summers out in the country too, man, so I know that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going down to, yeah.
You gotta use your imagination. If you're from the country, I feel like the city, New York or someplace like that, Cali, you can see sometimes the success. But where I was from, success might come as a guess. You had to really use your imagination, read books, look at television to maybe see a different flavor or a different vibe, just as we got different music genres,
Most definitely. It definitely was that type of environment for me, bro. I grew up watching a lot of, TV and, of course, going outside and, just growing up in the era where, we had so much cool stuff, bro. Not only just music, but just visually too. You know what I mean? And bro, watching cartoons, I tapped into my creative side, starting out drawing. You know what I mean? And drawing was like, one of those things that was a great escape for me. You know what I'm saying? Until I found music.
Nice. And I love what you just said, drawing and music. And this brings me to my next question. High school experience, bruh. Describe to me your high school experience, and did you face any pressure regarding your future career choices? And was it pressure, college, or did you know by drawing, being involved in music, that you didn't want to go? And I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna talk. I'm from the South. But here's my thing, bro. As I look back on my life and I think about in school, there was always somebody who was just good at drawing. I love Tupac when he was growing up. They said Tupac could write a song on a piece of toilet paper or just, I remember.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people banging on the desk, and that teacher would say, "You need to stop that because you're not going to make a good grade. You're not going to get a job." But now, bro, I'm being dead serious. The generation that comes up now, you can monetize off that stuff. So back in the day, when I was in school, if I would have seen the future now with AI and the technology, I would have told the teacher, "You wrong. I just sold a custom beat for $400 in less than 30 minutes." So what was your high school experience like? And were you the dude that was beating on the desk, making them beats in the back when we would be freestyling Friday like we on BET?
Yeah, I definitely, school in general, you know what I mean? Not even just high school, but school in general, bro, because, you know, in middle school, I came across a collective of friends that, you know, we were all talented in regards to like artistry, man. Like, you know, some of my friends still to this day, man, we would spend hours writing songs, you know what I mean, as kids. And it wasn't really any type of equipment, you know, other than, you know, probably FL Studio or some shit that we could mess around with to kind of make beats and stuff like that. And, you know, a few others, you know, a little software here and there like eMagic or something to record on. To try stuff, but like as far as like peer pressure, bro, I kind of avoided a lot of peer pressure, man. I got a lot of homies who went down, you know, got caught up and went down the wrong path too. You know what I mean? Just because it was what was put in front of us too. You know what I mean? In regards of choices, but man, I kind of kept it. You know, I kind of, I really wasn't into a lot of stuff if it wasn't like creative shit, you know what I mean? Like I kind of avoided, you know, the pitfalls, bro. Luckily, man, just, you know, through my creative endeavors, you know what I'm saying? And having a good group of friends that was into the same interests, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you something? The reason you're saying you missed that pathway as your homeboys did, was that because of the love of music and drawing?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, bro. Music is definitely a lifesaver, bro. You know, that famous term, bro, hip hop saved my life. It literally did. It literally did, bro. You know, I like I say, bro, I could have been a hard head, bro, and mess up so many, you know, so much, you know, mess up, you know, my path and not been able to come across any other opportunities I was able to come across in the future. But that's, you know, being on that at a young age, bro, I learned patience and I learned discipline and I learned, you know, it was a blessing to stay out of the way, man. Just, you know, diving into the art.
Got you. And I got one last question while we're on this subject, you know, your high school experience, knowing what you know now, but looking back, did you ever think you would be able to monetize making custom beats or just writing in the music industry versus, oh, you got to get signed to a label? I think it's changed today where if the person got the go-getter attitude, you get a website, you use a little bit of AI and everything else. It's like everything can be done in-house and a person still monetize.
No, for sure. I definitely tapped into my entrepreneur side as a youngster. Because we would sell CDs, you know.
I remember those mixtapes. People had the egg cartons on the wall talking about they in the studio. But what was it called? Apple Loops or something like that. All that.
Man. Yeah, Apple Loops is definitely.
I remember the MacBook Pro, man. All that stuff started coming out in the early Y2Ks, and people.
Man. Like I say, we was recording stuff on eMagic and stuff, and during that time, you know, that was like the mixtape era, so. We would go on, you know, LimeWire. One of my close friends was a really huge DJ down here, DJ 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐤, and we would go to DJ 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐤's house and we would get like a bunch of instrumentals and stuff like that, and we would record on those instrumentals and we would go to school, and you know after burning up a bunch of CDs and stuff, man, and we would sell those CDs for like $5 to $2 a pop. You know what I mean? And you know, it helped us fund, you know, getting back into the studio or pressing up more and selling it, you know what I'm saying? So that entrepreneur spirit was definitely like, it was lit, you know what I'm saying, during that time. I wish I knew a lot of other stuff, bro, like taking advantage of, you know, because during that time, you know, down here in Texas, bro, you got people like Slim Thug and Swish House and Paul Wall and 𝐿 there. They would take advantage of the college scene, bro. So like we had big events like the Kappa Beach Party, man, where people would go down there, and it's tons of people that travel from all around the world to come to the Kappa Beach Party. Or Texas Relays, you know, a lot of people would come down here to Texas Relays and, you know, just be passing out art and CDs and stuff like that, bro, way before, like, you know, stuff like South by Southwest and stuff like that. So I wish I would have had the business mind then to take advantage of, you know, those crowds, you know what I mean, to spread the word of the music that we was creating during that time. But yeah, I definitely, long story short, you know, so I definitely tap into my entrepreneur spirit, you know.
Nice. And that's part of this podcast, what I want. That's why I invited you up here, man, because I know you make music. I use you to make music, customized music for my videos and what I'm trying to do.
Yes, sir.
And one thing people should understand too, when it comes to this social media, what I learned is I was getting hit with copyright this. You don't have a license, even though I was buying license from, you know, commercial companies. So the one thing I like about you, if anybody listen to this podcast and you're trying to make this content, when Lonestarr makes you a beat, it is, you know, yours. You pay for the licensing and all that stuff through them, and you don't have to keep getting hit with those copyright, you know, laws and all that.
Yes, indeed, man.
All right. The next question I want to ask you, and again, it sounds like we're going back in time, but what I'm trying to do is show what was going on to where we're at now. And again, the key thing about this is learning how to monetize with anything, not just making beats. Whatever your experience is, I say is priceless. You cannot put an amount of money on any type of experience in this lifetime.
Yes, that's a fact.
Right? So the next question I have, post-high school plans, what was your plans like right at that end? When the pressure comes, a lot of people, I went through it back in 2003. Oh, what are you going to do with your life? My parents, you know, aunts and uncles. And it sounds like sometimes people be helping you, but they really know you about to come into the game. You know, class, to me, it's like basketball. That's the practice. You can say, oh, I'm an all-star. I'm dunking. I'm slam dunk. I'm shooting from half court, making it. But after you graduate, it's the real game, you know?
Right.
So what was your perspective on that? What did you want to do? Did you want college? What was you thinking your senior year? Tell me about that.
Man, bro, I wanted to drop out so bad. I wanted to drop out so bad, bro. Yeah, man. Because...
Hey, believe it or not, me too. My parents is what kept me in there. I said, Mom, I'm not learning nothing. I believe personally, once you learn how to read, write, and do the basic math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all that other stuff. If there was more business classes or a class how to monetize, I would have done that.
I would have been interested. No, for sure, bro. And it was mainly because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be an artist. You know what I mean? I knew my career was gonna be music. You know what I mean? And bro, I knew that since I was 14, bro. Like I would perform at clubs at a young age before I was even supposed to even be in clubs, bro. So like it was business for me, you know what I mean? Like I remember when a lot of my peers graduated high school and they went into that phase of, you know, going out and all that stuff like that. I never really had fun in clubs, bro. A lot like that because it was work for me. Like I would go in there and I would perform and, you know, so that was my experience, bro. And I had a taste of it as a youngster, bro. So I knew this was it. Like I said, I went to, you know, when I was young, I got to experience college a little bit, you know, through my brother. You know, my older brother, he went to UNT, and you know, he spent like one summer up there, and I went to go stay with him in his dorm room, bro. And it did open my eyes, like, bro, college is such a cool experience. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool, bro, but I just knew it wasn't for me. You know, I just knew that music was my path, bro, and I was determined to, you know, really go into it, bro. Now I will say I did go into the workforce, you know, shortly after, you know what I mean, when I set up a SoundClick account, and this was like one of the first ways that you can monetize music online. You know, I remember like Soulja Boy doing, you know, he had a SoundClick And
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
like
yeah.
'05, you know what I mean? This was like around that time. So I set up my SoundClick account, and you know, it was kind of discouraging, bro. I had got my ass kept and all that stuff like that around that same time. And you know, I was like, man, how does this work? You know, I wasn't selling anything. And it was kind of depressing, bro, because like you said, you're going into the real world, and it's like, you know, I had like a phone bill at the time and stuff like that, so I was kind of like feeling bad, you know what I'm saying, because I couldn't pay my phone bill. So I went to work. I went to work at Wally World, bro. I went to Walmart.
Really?
And yeah, that was like my first gig, bro.
Bro, I worked for them part-time in college, and I'm 50-50 on Walmart. I got to give them credit, though. They could
Oh
run
yeah,
the studio real well and make it profitable how we were ran. But far as
man.
stock options,
Oh
training,
yeah.
opportunity to work, I can't knock Walmart. I'm
Oh
happy.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, bro. I definitely can't knock Wally World, bro. Actually, Wally World, for the short amount of months that I did work there, I took that money and I went and bought my first equipment. You know what I mean? I quit. I had quit like a few months after that because the summer was like crazy, bro. I was pushing baskets. And I took that money and I went and bought a keyboard, and I went back home and I started pushing the beats online, bro. And I spent a lot of time during that time. Like I put in like it took me about 3 years to kind of get good at the craft, and get good with the hustle. You know, I would pop up online and, you know, showcase my talent in Ustream rooms and stuff like that. Like, you know, before like all this stuff, you know, people were streaming live on Ustream. And I made a lot of connections in regards to like the industry. That's where I met my mentor, my first mentor, Lonestarr Muzik. And Maestro was, you know, a huge producer, bro. At the time, he had produced 3P for Lil Wayne, and
Okay,
you
bet.
know, a bunch of songs, bro. And he took me under his wing, you know, and you know, I would work with him and learn like so much stuff, bro. And all the while, you know, I started, you know, selling music online while I was working. I went back to work. I went back to the UPS, and I worked at UPS for about 7 years until about 2015. And then I just made a conscious decision that it's either now or never. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna like go full time with this music. And since 2015, I've been full time with music. I've been doing music professionally since 2018 in the industry, bro. And it's been a journey, you know.
Well, I love what you just said. It's been a journey. When I hear your story about where you started, where you at now, I kind of look at the college students still like, if you didn't get any experience before you went to college, like you said, I did it. My mom, you going? I said, no, I'm not going to college. I will never pick up a book again in my life. And I took a year off, and I just worked at Church's Chicken, and then I helped my dad run the plumbing business. But bro, that journey led you to where you want to be, and that's one thing that I like. That experience again. Chadwick experiences, that experience was priceless. All the UPS, the Walmart, and you use that money to buy your equipment. So I got a solution on that. I've done the same thing. Every job I've worked, even to this day, I kind of use the job, but on the side, I'm still working on my projects too, you know? So I love that part about the journey. And again, you're on it, man. And I appreciate you sharing this. The next question, again, young generation in college. Why do you think so many young people are inclined to go to college and put that pathway over maybe say another, versus you, it seemed like truly a organic pathway? Mine was organic as well. After high school, I knew I didn't want to sit in no classroom. I got tired of listening to teachers talk in my ear. So I took a whole year off. But my pathway was not college first. And I turned okay. And when I went to that college pathway, I had so much other real life experience that it's like college didn't faze me, bro. When they were throwing them loans at me, oh, you need this, Charles? I said, no, I don't need it, and I don't want it. So take it off my account, and I didn't pay for it.
Oh, yo, bro. Yeah, man. Man, I can understand why people would choose college, bro. You know, whether it be pressure from the parents or just, pressure from life, wanting to be out, want to come out in the world and live a pretty decent lifestyle, so I get it, man, and it's some benefits to college. Don't get me wrong, bro. Just not only just, what you learn and then you go into the workforce. And sometimes you're not as fortunate, bro, because I know some people who got master degrees and high degrees, man, who can't even land a gig, with what they went to school to learn, you know what I'm saying? And it's very unfortunate, bro, but school is great for networking. You know what I mean?
And I'm happy you said that, because in the back of my mind, as I hear how you making those moves, I was like, bro, if you would have went to college,
bro, and
you making those beats, and I ain't gonna lie, I went to college, there was always a party on the weekend or something, and maybe, let me get that stuff. Everybody, the girls gonna vibe this way to this, or let's turn, like they would get them songs together and everything. So I'm pretty sure now. And maybe while we're on this subject, how could you say a young person now they could be like customized music on college campus and just instead of making that CD, it's just downloads in today's world?
Oh man, bro, it's just events, cool events, to spread the word of what you do, what you're capable of course, working with other artists. If that's what you're asking, like, streaming, of course, you know what I mean? Just, there's tons of ways to connect with the people. Is that what you're asking? Your question?
Yeah.
Just connecting with the people, yeah. Just putting it out, man. Even if you don't have anything physical to give them, at least have some merch or something. If you do, if you do create something physical, merch always works. Or experience, you know what I mean? Like you had a lot of people who was on college campuses, like you said, who threw parties, whether they were promoters or whether they were DJs, you know what I mean? It's so many ways to connect creatively while in school, bro. And I've actually witnessed a lot of artists during the time, like 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 was one of those artists that I noticed that had got on through the college, through the college experience, bro. Like he went to a school in Houston. I'm not sure which school he went to in Houston, but I know the DJs that he was connected with, through TSU or through PV, you know what I mean? Like those DJs spun those records, and those records were able to reach California, you know what I mean? As well as, just go crazy throughout Texas and Louisiana and all that other stuff like that, bro. So it was kind of cool to see 𝐥𝐢𝐤 gain success through his college experience, bro. And I kind of wish Dallas kind of had, like Dallas was one of those college types. Like North Carolina's obviously one of those college type, states, bro, where.
But for basketball and probably football, boy, UNC.
Oh, yeah.
Too. I don't know if it's the music industry. The only thing I remember is PD Pablo, North Carolina. That's the only one I know. And 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 came.
Man, listen, 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞, you got Rap City, bro. You got Little Brother at the time. You know what I mean? You got so many dope MCs and producers, they kill it really through the college scene, and bro, and it's like I say, it's so many people coming from different places. Yeah. So when they hear your music and they fall in love with it out there, bro, they gonna take it back home with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's how the music spreads, bro. Or even military, you know what I mean? Yeah. People music spread through the military too, bro.
And I don't know nothing about the military. I know a couple high school friends, maybe a couple people I've contracted with, but I don't know about the music scene. So if anybody's in the military now, maybe go ahead and start something. Oh, this is the Marine Corps style, or this is the Air Force style. Before they got a whole like style and genre and try to monetize off of it.
Oh yeah, bro. You could do it. You could do it from anywhere, bro. Yeah. Wherever you at, like, just know whatever your gift is or whatever your skill is, like this is home base. You know what I mean? No matter where you at. Just navigate through whatever, and know your ultimate goal, you know what I mean? And jobs, whether school or jobs, bro, it can be secondary, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And but always keep the main thing, bro.
Yep. And that brings me to the next question. We're talking, and I know for a fact you've monetized. Just to let everybody know, I think Creed 3, right? You had a track or something up in there.
Yeah, most definitely. That was one of my recent placements, man. Shout out to my bro Super Miles and S1. I was able to land a song, which was a pretty old record too, man. We did that song maybe sometime in the pandemic, and a little bit last year. Funny enough, I was working again, man. I had went to Amazon for a little bit, and I had got a call from my friend, man, and he was like, "Hey, man, we got a song on the Creed 3 soundtrack," and it was the song with Ari Lennox and Omen and 𝐷 Talk to Me. And like I say, that song was done like years, bro, and it's like one of those things like where you sow seeds and it finally come back to harvest. You know, you reap a harvest finally. So yeah, that was cool, man. I was able to, I've been fortunate enough to work with Eminem. That was like one of my first big opportunities in my music career, bro. I landed a track on Kamikaze in 2018, which was a surprise drop. And that was a cool experience to be a part of, bro. And then I doubled back and worked with M again during the pandemic on Music to Be Murdered by Side B. I did Discombobulated with my mentor S1 and Frano and Dr. Dre and a bunch of other producers all on that one song, man. And yeah, bro, like I say, man, it's been a crazy journey, bro. But still trying to figure it out. Still monetizing, like you said, whether it's selling music online or, you know, doing drum kits. I also like earn money through selling my drum kits or just providing service overall. You know what I mean, with my gifts.
And all these things that sound like you created. Like you created this how to monetize. And this brings me to the next question. Starting a business, how easy or maybe how hard was it for you to start a business and start generating income? And my favorite word during this podcast with you is monetize.
Man, it's literally too easy with having the internet. You know what I mean?
I would agree.
Like, dog, it's so easy to start a business today. And if you're good at what you do, if you are good at what you do, bro, business literally comes to you. Does that mean like don't do nothing? Nah, it don't mean don't do nothing. But if people notice your gift and they know that you're extremely good at what you do, bro, they'll be more than willing to patronize you, bro, like and support you and you know, help you out along your journey. But it's so easy today to really get a business rolling. Get a business rolling, man. So yeah, man, just having the access to the internet, that's step one.
Can you break it down for people in 1 minute or less? How did you do it? Did you start?
Yeah, I was about to say, just you know, man, just having the internet, step one. Platforms like, you know, BeatStars is a platform that I use in order to host music on my website. So I sell music off of my BeatStars. I sell my drum kits, custom beats, affirmations, whatever, you know what I mean? I offer a lot of services, including consultations on my website as well. Man, another way to monetize is putting out your own music. So whether you use DSPs like United Masters, or you use DistroKid, you know, put your music out, man. And once you put your music out, you can collect your royalties. And royalties.
Could you give an example of a royalty? Let's say you put out a beat, everybody's leaning and rocking with it. Tell me, how does that work, and how do you protect your proprietary intellectual property. You know, you made a custom beat. How do you, if somebody's using it and not giving you the credit, can you walk me through that process? How do you protect what you created when it comes to beats?
Man, it's so easy to protect your stuff, bro. Obviously, you register your songs. You can register with the Copyright Office. But to be honest, once you create your music on your laptop, it's dated from the day it's created. Wow. So you're protected, you know, showing the fact that you own this IP, you know what I mean? Because it was literally created on, you have the original file on your computer. Of course, whenever you go into business with people, that's when litigation comes, you know, the litigation process comes in. And obviously you have to hire a great attorney and negotiate, you know what I mean? The best way that you can and get the best deal that you could possibly get through the negotiation process. So, you know, always make sure you have a good attorney to protect yourself. But if you just release the music on your own, you're actually good and protected outright, you know, from the day of creation on your laptop. As soon as you put it out, ways that you can collect your mechanicals and all your royalties overall. You have several different royalties. You have, and this is outright 3 different streams of income, man. Aside from just the selling of your music. Okay. Like if you're selling physical copies or if you're selling it on iTunes and stuff like that. But you have your PRO. Your PRO is your performance rights organization. The performance rights organizations that we have available to us in America is ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. And those are just the performance rights. So they're pretty much collecting if your song is being spun on the radio or, you know, stuff like that, the internet, you know, stuff like that. They're pretty much collecting, or if your song's on the, like I think I did say the radio, if your song's on the radio, they're collecting those performance rights royalties. And then you have your mechanical royalties. Your mechanical royalties are pretty much from the sales or your songs being on Spotify and stuff like that. You're collecting those mechanical royalties on the publishing side for your song that's being distributed everywhere. And then you also have inactive radio streaming. And then inactive radio streaming is pretty much like Pandora, you know, with stuff like that, where you can listen to music, but you don't necessarily have control over what you listen to. Is just randomized songs. You know what I mean? The inactive radio streaming are collected through things like Sound Exchange. You know what I mean? So you have those 3 forms of royalties being collected off of one song. You know, you got 3 streams of income coming in off of one song. Wow. And man, it's just so many ways, bro. Now I will say it's a bit of a challenge, bro, because today the payout system is pretty crazy, because, you know, back then they used to sell physical copies. So, you know, it was a whole lot different because they, you know, they have the all the logistics and stuff like that, bro. You have to press up the physical copies and you have to ship them to the stores and, you know, all of these tedious details, bro, to sell the music then. But now with it being online, I ain't gonna say they kind of like cheapen the music, but like it's fractions of a penny. You're literally collecting on a fraction of a penny of a record, bro. And it's kind of unfortunate, but it's also cool, bro, because, you know, I'm making money in my sleep. You know what I mean? It might not be a lot, but you know, that's one key to building generational wealth, bro. If you can, you know, build a massive catalog that's paying you while, you know, somebody's listening to your music on the other side of the globe, bro, and you sleep, you know what I mean? That's a blessing. It's really a blessing. So, you know, you really just have to look at it from that perspective and then just get to work, man. Just build a healthy catalog, you know, and keep being consistent with giving people good music. And eventually in the long run, the payout will be, a whole lot better.
For sure, man. And the best example I know of, he was before my time, was Prince. When I looked at how that brother started dissecting deals and cutting everybody out, to he was getting 100% of his music, his own music. Warner Brothers couldn't touch him. So I'm real happy that you are in the field you're in with the music. For any young person or parent, oh, my son or daughter's going to be in the rap and the music industry. We've seen a lot of people get screwed, but I feel like now it's still a game. There's some gatekeepers, but with this internet, I feel like, and I know people can monetize.
Oh, yeah. It definitely the internet has leveled the playing field so much, and Prince was kind of ahead of the curve in regards to that, bro. He knew it was coming, you know what I mean? And Prince was like the number one guy in regards to like independence. Yeah. He stood on business, bro, for real, man. And yeah, bro, big salute to Prince, man.
Oh, yeah. And the funny thing about Prince, I mean, he always, it seemed like, believed in himself. And that brings me to the next question. Mm-hmm. I heard you worked at Walmart, you worked at UPS. Did you know during all those jobs that you still had to bet on yourself? I can honestly say, bro, I always knew. It wasn't a challenge, but it was just an interesting scenario in my life. My dad, to this day, 2023, we're going to 2024, he has a successful plumbing business, but everybody in my community would put that, it wasn't pressure, I think it was, but it's not. It was just, that's all they could see. But I knew when I was little, I had to bet on myself. So belief in oneself, how can we inspire and motivate more young people to believe in themselves and their abilities and capabilities?
Man, bro, it's a process. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one of my closest friends when I was working at UPS, man, I used to tell him every night we leave after a shift, I'm like, bro, I'm finna leave this motherfucker. I'm gonna walk away. Like, I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? And
was he probably thought you was all cap, right? I know when people.
No, he didn't. He believed. Nice. He actually believed, man. He believed. And man, shout out to my bro Montan, man. It's crazy because he left too eventually at some. Well, I don't know if he. I think he might still be doing it, but at the same time, he built out his vision as well.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We both would have those talks, man. And I just remember after hearing, To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick, and I watched Straight Outta Compton in 2015, bro. I said, okay, now's the time. You know what I mean? And I put myself in a position to where I would have to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's either sink or swim. You know what I mean? And when I did that, I had options lined up. Like, I had one homie of mine that wanted to get a studio together. So I was like, okay, I could just, work hours at the studio, and that'll be my means of making income, you know what I mean? Just recording people and stuff like that. That didn't pan out. And when that didn't pan out, I got scared and I went back to Amazon for like a month. And then I got fired. And once I got fired, I said, okay. It was a friend of mine that reached out to me and he said, hey, you should start posting videos on YouTube. And once he told me that I should start posting videos on YouTube, luckily, my YouTube account was old. So it was already monetized from just random videos that I put on there. You know what I mean? So by 2016, when I decided to take posting beats online serious and driving traffic from my YouTube to my website, he gave me the whole game. He pretty much showed me this is how you do it. And once I committed to it, I just started selling beats online like crazy. And I was like, oh, sheesh. And then I had set a goal to where if I could make my UPS salary online, I would be okay. And I did it. I did it that year, and of course the following year, and just being consistent with that being consistent with that approach, plan that I mapped out. I came across my mentor, and he saw how consistent I was. And he was like, hey, man, I'm working on a few projects with artists in the industry. And that's how I got into like working in the industry. But first, I was just on my entrepreneurial, you know what I'm saying, kick, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I got to figure this out and sell, you know, as many beats online, bro, as I could possibly sell, you know? So, man,
so did you always believe in yourself? I think you did, because your pathway, it's just like a snake or whatever. It's left, right, and then finally you're there and you're slowly moving forward.
Yeah, I definitely, in the beginning, like I said, it was a little tough because it was kind of scary. Like, man, you know what I mean? Like, how am I survive out here in this world? But once you kind of put yourself in a position of where you have to figure it out, we adjust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, man, trust yourself. You know, once you go out there and step out on faith, bro, the nothing can beat when you grow that trust within yourself. Like, man, I'm really capable of doing this shit. You know what I mean? And once you kind of just realize, wow, I really can, you know, with a strategy, with a dope strategy and a plan, bro, I can really execute this idea. And you just become consumed with it and just push and just push and just push until it becomes an actual reality, bro. But
and
yeah, of course you're gonna be scared in the beginning, man.
And it all came from something. I know we talk about Neville Goddard sometimes. It's really just imagination. I hear you talking about all this. The thought, I'm gonna leave my job. I'm gonna make the same amount salary as you. That was your imagination, and then you manifested it forward. So I get it, man. I get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Neville, man, definitely having like good spiritual grounding and, you know, always listening to you know, self-help or motivating lectures, bro, to kind of like, because I remember during that time before I quit too, like I would sit in the car, I wouldn't listen to no music. Like I had a CD, a friend of mine had burnt a CD of Think and Grow Rich, and I used to always listen to that, and I would always listen to The Strangest Secret every day by Earl Nightingale.
Whoa, bro. I've been listening to that since 2015. And man, I know we're getting off of music, but Earl Nightingale was dope. And the one thing that I noticed, he said, the doctor was being asked, what's wrong with men today? And the doctor said, they simply don't think.
They don't think.
That, bro, I've been listening to that almost, people may think I'm lying, every day since 2015. I heard that off of YouTube overseas. And the more I looked about it, and he's just talking about, you don't think, you know, and the definition of success, he said, you can ask anybody, what's your definition of success? He said, success is only the person who's realizing and doing a worthy goal. So if you set goals in front of you and you move towards them, he said, that's what success is. And unsuccessful is not moving towards those goals. So I'm on it, bro. It's crazy.
It's it, bro. I swear to God, man. I swear to God, bro, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, bro.
Yeah.
And, bro, I swear to God, in 2014, I wrote on my paper, or 2015, I wrote on my paper, I wanted to be a platinum producer. But the day that I decided to go on this journey, I was already successful because of that idea, that thought in my mind. I was already successful. It wasn't even a plaque or, you know, any accolade that I can earn that's gonna be, this is my success. No, the day you decide, the day you decide is the day that you become successful at what you do.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And this is crazy, bro, because that Earl Nightingale and Think and Grow Rich, but bro, I was listening to that in 2015, and to this day, I still listen to The Strangest Secrets in the World, and that's exactly what it is.
It'll work a miracle on you, bro. You listen to that for 30 days, like he say, bro. It's a 30-day challenge, bro. Listen to this every day. I used to get up every day, bro. Listen to that and then start making beats, bro.
Nice. You're on it, man. The next question I want to ask, just the music industry itself. Is it enjoyable? Is it fun? Do you have any stories about, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not musically inclined, but there's been times that beats came in my head, and at the
Yeah.
time, if we could ever figure out a way to record what's in our head, and I
Mhm.
know everybody's had some type of music tune, a song they create, and if they could have captured it, it
Yeah.
would have went big. And I'm understanding too, even though Prince is dead, I heard his vault has
Oh, it's
music that
crazy.
lasts for a lifetime. So I'm learning with him, he would record all the songs, he's just jamming and jamming. Do you find yourself doing that as well with music, and is it enjoyable?
Man, you know what, bro? What's crazy is, like, it's been weird, bro. Like, for the past year and a half, maybe 2 years, it's been a challenge for me. It's been a challenge for me, bro, because I'm almost 40, bro. I'm almost 40, and I haven't quite hit my financial goal that I would like, you know what I mean, in regards to just having like a cool life, cool living. And my faith was tested. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of fell out of love with the process. And that's when I went back to work. And that's when I was really like questioning like whether this path was a good choice, you know what I mean? Because getting up there in age, bro, it's like, man, I got a long way to go. You know what I mean? And so for the past year and a half, bro, or past 2 years, bro, it's kind of been a challenge. Dealing with the highs and lows of this gift. But like right now, it's like I'm excited to make music again, bro. And I had set a goal, a financial goal, because I had got to a point to where I wanted to hit the panic button. Like one of the OG producers, Bank, he called getting a publishing deal a panic button. You know what I mean? And it'll help you financially for sure, because you got guys, that'll get a cool, 5 or 6 figure publishing deal, bro. And you are selling half of the rights. Like getting a co-pub deal, you're selling a half of the rights of your music, for this advance. And it's gonna take a minute for you to recoup. You know what I mean? But
for sure, we seen that with Tupac and Suge Knight. I mean, I felt Pac was very talented, that he didn't need a sound. He could have, but I do understand those deals now, and I'm not even into music. And it's like, if it's good today, let me go, we'll give you $1 million, but they'll turn around and say, hey, we filmed this music video, that's $75K.
Yeah.
Like, I felt, so I get it, bro. I get it. It's true.
Yeah, bro.
In this day and age, a young person or anybody should be in it for their self and monetize.
Yeah, monetize as much as you can, bro. Get creative. Think of ways that you can, like I say, man, you got Web3, you got drum kits, you got all kinds of ways that you can generate revenue for yourself, to where you don't have to hit those panic buttons and take an advance, and then you become a slave to this agreement. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of them type of people, bro. I don't necessarily, I like my freedom, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't do too well in lopsided agreements, or, you know what I'm saying, where you kind of feel obligated to do certain things, bro. You don't create your best work under those pressures. And so you have to put yourself in the position to think, big, man, and really just come up with as many ways as you could possibly can, to generate revenue for yourself. Like I say, man, the internet is such a huge advantage for us. It really evened out the playing field, so you don't have to put yourself in compromising positions to win monetarily in this business anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you can really win big. You just have to think. You know what I mean? You just gotta think, man.
And you know what, Lonestarr, I heard somebody say something. There's like, if you look at the internet, sometimes it's gossip, it's juicy, people laughing, but the bottom line, with the internet is you can reach a unlimited amount of customer base, sales, the distribution with the internet. So I look at it now with the social media. I laugh. I still watch, basketball, but I'm trying to monetize over the internet where there's an unlimited amount of distribution. So I put you on that, and I'm slowly seeing that's my insight to the internet right now. How to monetize. We don't live in a day where you have to per se leave your house or go clock in. You can just cash in and monetize.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a gem to all the young producers. One thing that helped me in 2016, because I was kind of like having a hard time like consistently selling beats online, but one thing about my gift, I'm very gifted with my drums, right? Like a lot of people respect my drums in the music business, man. And in 2016, it was 2015, I came out with a drum kit, like a little demo drum kit, and it was free. And I came on Facebook and I told everybody in the producer community, or just a lot of people that's following me, it's like, hey, any one of you guys would like a drum kit from me? And it was like, yeah, they responded. It's like, cool. I tell you what, DM me your emails and I'll send you this free drum kit. And soon as I did that, I collected 80 emails. I built a mailing list that fast. And as soon as I built that mailing list, a year later, I was working on a drum kit. It took me about a year to work on that drum kit. In 2016, it was December, around this time, actually probably to this day, on this day, sometime in December 2016, I dropped that first drum kit, bro, and shit you not, out of all those emails that I collected, all 80 of the people came back and purchased my $30 drum kit, bro, during that time. And I made I made several UPS checks in literal hours, bro. And I was like, this shit is insane. This is insane.
And when that happened, were you motivated to go back to UPS to see the proof?
No, I didn't go back. Definitely didn't go back. Actually, I did go back years later, but it definitely triggered something in me, because I was like, okay, I don't want to pimp myself out. Like I don't want to use my time to generate revenue. Like I want my ideas to generate revenue for me. So it really it triggered something in me, bro. It triggered something in me, and I was like, okay, I gotta do more drum kits, because this was like this. I literally was about to quit making beats just so I could sell drum kits, dude. It was that successful.
Now I got another question for you, bro. When you hit something like that, and this is this is something that I learned over the years, and whatever reason, I don't know if it's energetically or some synergy, but in 2015, I stopped wanting overtime. A lot of people may think, oh, I got bills to pay. What I figured out is that the time is really a new currency. And I understand people, you got to do what you got to do. You got kids, or if you got stuff you got to pay for. But I figured out in 2015 that it's better for me to not take the overtime, go home, work on some ideas, and let those ideas monetize for me, because I'm understanding it can be expensive. And then too, your brother, I'll put you on game. I start looking at my check. I said, okay, if I work overtime and I'm making an extra $200, but taxes is taking away $75, $50 of that. It's almost like I'm working for free. So in 2015, bro, and even to this day, I try my best not to work overtime. They're like, anybody want to go home early today? My hand goes up, and I'm outside of my job to come back home and start another book or start another promotion for my book. So I salute you on that. And I'm pretty sure maybe your perspective was the same. Once you you said 80 something emails, $30 a piece beat kits. And when that hit, that to me would have showed me that my time is more valuable than the money. doing a
Yes.
job that doesn't allow you to be home and be free like that if you're chasing overtime all the time.
Oh yeah, bro. It like I said, it went off. So I feel you, bro. I would never. I was overtime king too, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I was
Overtime
killing it,
king.
bro.
Yeah, that's what I call
I was
overtime
killing my physical body,
Yep.
physical body, bro. And I said never again. Like I have to use my mind. I have to use my mind, bro. And sometimes my kids be selling randomly, man. Still to this day, bro. So it's like, that's forever. That
Yep.
piece of content that whatever you created, people can come back and purchase that whenever they're well ready. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing for sure.
Well, brother Lonestarr, I appreciate you doing this. I know you didn't do it for me because I've explained my heart goes to the next generation. And the one thing I can say about my life, bro, I always had older people putting me on game. And I know you said you almost close to the 40. This is my last year before I hit 40. So my heart goes to the next generation. And the one thing I really want, life is a journey. You lose and you win sometimes, but I want this next generation though. They got the best seat in the house, bro. There wasn't no internet, kind of like when we was in middle school and all this, but the information, the knowledge, the game is there for young people to monetize. And the other day I was thinking like my grandparents or people in our parents' age, they believe more in their jobs. But what I'm noticing, these new generation believe more in themselves. And it was like, you can keep that job. So that's why my heart goes to the next generation. I'm happy you shared as far as in the music industry, how they can monetize off these beats. And if anybody want to connect or collaborate with you, if anybody who sees this want to know where to buy your beats or collaborate with you, consultation, where can they find you at? Give them your social media. We'll put your website up and all that jazz, bro.
Yes, sir. Man, it's Lonestarr Muzik on all platforms, bro. That's LONESTARR MUZIK. 2 R's MUZIK. And that's on all platforms, bro. And that's also my website too, lonestarmuzik.com. Yeah, man, just hit me up, reach out. Don't be a stranger, man. I'm always open to collabs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here, man. I'm out here, bro.
Okay.
Can I share one more thing too?
Sure.
For the next generation, being an entrepreneur is cool, right? But for the future, I would like those people with big ideas to think about not only just providing a service, but creating a way to creating a design or a system that pays people. Like a Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah.
Like Jeff Bezos created Amazon.com, and he's generated millions for millions of people. A lot of people have become millionaires from selling things on these websites. So think about life on that side of the quadrant. Like we came in, during our era, bro, everyone was entrepreneurs. We came in, we got the service, and we're small business owners, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a challenge. But the people who are like uber successful, bro, financially, are the people who create a system that help people make money. Right. Those are the people that are like, high on those lists in regards to like earners. Even people who created websites that bring a lot of people to these websites, man. Like those are the people who create these platforms, like people who, I thank God for Steve Jobs, bro, because with having this phone, bro, I'm able, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm able to reach so many people and make a living. You know what I mean? So think of yourselves, children, think of yourselves in that position. You know, the people who are creating lives for people, not just, you know, offering a service.
Bruh, I totally agree, and I'm gonna close them out with this. The other day I be thinking, because you know Earl Nightingale said, "You think." I said, with colleges, bro, if a college would have created Uber,
oh my God,
DoorDash, how many students, whether they're the past, current, or future college students, could eat off that one company? So if I ever got to speak to a politician or something, it need to be incorporated. Each college need to start some businesses like that. And then the students, whether they got student loans, maybe they could work their student loan off by continuing to, you know, apps or programs. But colleges need to start some businesses so the students can eat off that one like ecosystem. I mean, the colleges eating, you know, they're getting 40, 50 bands, but the students are walking away. Do they get to eat off that investment? So I salute you on that. I've been thinking about it hard, bro. I said, if colleges made Uber, that app, I use it, airports, everywhere, then a current, past, or present, or future college that can eat off that college and continue.
Man, create that system, bro.
Yeah.
Create that system, bro. I hope it's whatever downloads you get, I hope it's big, bro, to where you can create that system, bro.
Oh yeah, and that's for the next generation. That's what the next college students should be demanding. The college to create some jobs that the students can eat off of it. And I think it'll be good, man. But we're gonna end man. We've been up here chopping a lot, but I'm so thankful you came to the Chadwick Experience podcast. And again, experience is priceless, and that's my biggest thing. Your experience, here it is, my man. You started out at Wally World, you delivering package, you pay Amazon, but guess what? Your gift was making music and those beats, man. So part of that experience, even though you was making a paycheck from UPS, Amazon, it didn't force you, but it helped you see what you really wanted. And if you probably didn't work those jobs, you might have gave up. That's how I look at it. Life is priceless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Know your worth.
All right, bet, brother Lonestarr. Until we meet again. And again, if anybody want connections, we're going to post his, listen to some of his music, post his contact up here.
Thank you. Thank you.